starting to record. Did you click on mine so that goes away? Yeah, definitely. So I know they're coming in. There we go. Didn't show anybody else on yet. I think it was going to be at 6. Is it 5:58? Okay. So right now they're not in yet. Good. So I can do a few things here. Might not get the chairs. Or type a message, just type hello. Did you type hello in there? You did. I'll say I didn't get it. Showtime. Well, that means I'm getting them, and I might get yours, but yes, it is. Yes, all right. So these contacts are everything. Somebody's there, I see me. Quite a few, actually. Good, I'll give it about 5-10 minutes, then I'll connect. And if you do have a good comment, you don't have to give a name to everybody, but their names will come up on the comments. Courtney wants this. Do you know your video is showing up there? No, but somebody else. Somebody else's videos there. Oh, yeah, so a bunch of people are up there. It should say how many, but you don't worry about that. No, they're up there. Okay, well, I'm gonna get started. Get going. I love you. Well, hello everybody. Hello Hilltop. My name is Wayne Faust. Thanks for tuning in. I see a lot of people already connected. That's pretty cool. This is my living room in Evergreen, Colorado. So I'm about 25 miles from you guys there in Aurora. Very cool. Darren booked this for me about a month ago. I've been looking forward to it ever since. I grew up in Chicago, and I'm some of the, what does it say? 26 people already. Well, hello, 26 people. I do a lot of these living room shows for fans of mine that have actually know me, but these are all new people. So welcome. Tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up in Chicago. I've been living in Colorado for 35 years. I've been played in 40 states and in England and Holland and Scotland and all kinds of places. So we got songs about that. The way we're doing this tonight is, the way I like to perform is I don't really have a set list. I got a couple notes, some things that I really want to get to. Got a few notes right here. I actually wrote you guys a pickleball song. My website is picklehead.com. I run that. We sell a lot of funny music on the internet. But we're going to play guitar. We're going to play banjo. I want you guys to be singing along and send comments. Send a lot of comments. My wife is sitting right here. She is my trophy wife. I am a rock star. We've been married for 46 years. She's from Wisconsin, and she's a dairy farmer's daughter, don't you know, where you milk the cows in the morning, you milk the cows at night, and then you go in and watch the Packers get vooped there. Yeah, so... but she is very camera shy, so you probably won't see her tonight unless I can really coax her. I've got some Grand Marnier whenever I do these online shows. Let me get the bottle. I always have Grand Marnier, and I'm not sure why. It's kind of classy stuff. So sometimes after these shows, people send me bottles of Grand Marnier. But I like to start out every show with a song that everybody knows. You guys can all sing this. This song was a hit back in the 50s. I don't know if anybody out there is old enough to remember the 50s. And then it was a hit in the 60s. Anybody remember the 60s out there? I don't know. I can hear a few answers. My favorite quote is, if you remember the 60s, you weren't actually there. So I'm a little confused about that. I was going to mention, too, my wife and I have been married for 46 years. We are from Arkansas. We got married when we were 2, so I'm still not even that old yet. So. Another thing I have jokes about every state. Wherever anybody's from, I got jokes about you. From playing in Breckenridge all those years. So, like for instance, you know why they raised the drinking age in Alabama to 35? I guess they're trying to keep beer out of the high schools. And I'm from Illinois. The state motto of Illinois is, if you can dream it, we can tax it. People say, what do you say about Colorado? Well, Colorado is the only state where a guy goes by with a $5,000 mountain bike on top of a $200 car. My wife likes that one. She just smiled. Okay, so if you are from another state, if you grew up somewhere else, send a little comment. Looks like I'm not getting the comments. Sal, are you getting comments yet? She's not getting any yet. So go ahead and type them on your screen as a chat, and I might see them. Otherwise, my wife is going to be taking notes. So we got a lot of spontaneity. You what? Yeah, you have to click the chat thing. So if ever you can see where your chat thing is, and then there'll be a little window where you can type something in. So we want to get some of those, so it feels like we're all together instead of just on the internet. But this is an old song. I want you guys to go ahead and, oh, there we go. I saw the chat right there. It says, welcome, go Packers. Yeah. I have to tell you a true story, because I do this all the time. I get on tangents and stuff, so I really don't know where this show's going. And hopefully you won't either. It'll be a surprise. But my wife's family is from Wisconsin. And, of course, I've been a Bronco fan ever since. Oh, somebody from Missouri, good. New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. One of my favorite jokes is about New Jersey. Do you know why New Yorkers are depressed? Because every time they see the light at the end of the tunnel, it's New Jersey. Yeah, I play in Missouri all summer long, Lake of the Ozarks. That's my home club in the summer for 15 years. Illinois, go Bears. We're number 15. Yeah, I can see these comments are coming fast and furious. This is good. We're getting a good start. And sometime today, this is the longest intro I've ever done on this song. It's a great C chord. Sometime today, what I'm going to do is get subjects from you. Like I'm going to say, now go, and in 2 minutes, whatever subjects you give me, I have to put them all in a song that I'm going to make up on the spot. So, and like I said, we got banjo picking. If anybody wants to do any clogging in your rooms there, wherever you're at, we can do that. So let's get to this song. Help me sing it. Hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about a cooking something up with me? Oh, somebody from Oklahoma. There's another one of my favorite state jokes. What does the O stand for in Oklahoma football helmets? Awesome. Hey, sweet baby, don't you think maybe, don't you think maybe we can find us a brand new recipe? Oh, somebody said they saw me playing at Copper Mountain. Cool. I got a hot rod Ford and a $2 bill. I know a spot right over the hill. There's soda pop and a damn dancing is free. If you want to have fun, come along with me. Okay, here's your sing-along part. You got to sing loud so I hear you in Evergreen. Hey, good looking. Let me hear you. I can hear you. How's about a cooking something up with me? I always got voices in my head anyhow, so here's you. Well, I'm free and I'm ready. We can go steady. We can find us a brand new recipe. Somebody say yeehaw. You know, this is so cool. I know all about country music because I am from the hills and bayous of the southern piney woods of Chicago. Not only that, I have been on a horse twice. Oh. Both times in front of Kmart, but I was there. I stayed on for the whole 3 minutes. I'm gonna throw my date book over the fence, find another one for 5 or 10 cents. I'll keep it till it's covered with H, 'cause I'm writing your name down on every page. I said, hey, good looking. Sing it, Hilltop. Cooking. How's about a cooking something up with me? One more time. Hey, good looking. What you got cooking? How's about a cooking something up? How's about a cooking something up? How's about a cooking something up with me? All right, we're off and running. I thought I heard applause or something there. So these are always interesting, these shows, when you're used to playing in front of a live crowd, but we do it this way. I see comments coming in, so are they still coming in or did they stop all of a sudden? Okay. Well, somebody wanted me to talk about the bears. So there was actually a fairy tale. It was actually a really cute little fairy tale. My dad used to tell me when I was a kid back in Chicago. He said there was a little baby bear out in the woods, you know, just like with the 3 little bears. And he gets hauled in front of social services because it turns out he was like being beat, you know. And so the judge says, well, little bear, do you want to live with Mama Bear? He says, no, I can't live with Mama Bear because she beats me. He said, oh, that's terrible. He said, you want to live with Daddy Bear? He said, no, he beats me too. Well, who do you want to live with? He said, I'd like to live with the Chicago Bears because they don't beat anybody. So gonna make the Packer fans happy right there. Somebody's got their mic on, and I heard a laugh, so that's great. Leave that one up. So who's ever got their mic on, it's a woman's laugh, and it's good. I can hear it in the background. Can you see whose name that was laughing? What's her name up there?
It's Judy.
Oh, Hilltop, a great joke. It says, great. Well, you know, I got a lot of special stuff for you guys, too, because I have played for some retirement communities. I go down to Florida and play in Miramar Beach, and there's tons of retired people down there. There's one place I play called Robert's RV Resort in actually in Tampa, Florida. And there's like 1,500 people that live there, and a lot of Canadians come down right there. So that's why the state motto of Minnesota is, oh yeah, we're the first line of defense against them Canadians there. Yeah. So, but I play for them, and this is a song that they love. I didn't write this one. You know, a lot of these funny songs I'm going to do, I've got a whole bunch of albums. Got things on Spotify and iTunes, if you guys know what those are, but yeah, some people don't. I actually have CDs. I used to have cassettes. My first album was on vinyl, believe it or not, 1979. Had a vinyl album. I still got some of them. So, but this one was written by, I don't know, I heard it on an album with Arlo Guthrie and Pete Seeger, and I think this talks about getting older. I think you guys will get a kick out of this one. And the chorus is real easy if you want to jump in and sing it. And we got songs about all different places. I'm going to do one about Mackinac Island tonight. That's up in Michigan, if anybody knows where that is. How do I know my youth is all spent? My get up and go has got up and went. In spite of it all, I'm able to grin and think of the places my get up has been. Old age is golden, so I've heard said. Sometimes I wonder as I crawl into bed, my ears in a drawer, my teeth in a cup, my eyes on the table until I wake up. As sleep dims my vision, I say to myself, is there anything else I should lay on the shelf? Though nations are warring and people are vexed, I'll still stick around and see what happens next. How do I know my youth is all spent? My get up and go is got up and went. Help me. How do I know my youth is all spent? My get up and go has got up and went. In spite of it all, I'm able to grin and think of the places my get up has been. When I was young, my slippers were red. I could kick up my heels right over my head. When I was older, my slippers were blue, but still I could dance the whole night through. Now I'm old and my slippers are black. I huff to the store and I puff my way back. Whenever you laugh, I don't mind at all, 'cause I'd rather be huffing than not puff at all. How do I know my youth is all spent? How do I know my youth is all spent? My get up and go has got up and went. In spite of it all, I'm able to grin and think of the places my get up has been. Now I know a whole bunch of songs, thousands of them probably. A lot of them I've written, a lot of them I haven't. But I think out of all the songs I know, this last verse kind of sums it up for me right here. I wake up each morning and I dust off my wits. I open the paper and I read the obits. And if I'm not there, I know I'm not dead. So I eat a good breakfast and go back to bed. My youth is all spent. My get up and go has got up and went. In spite of it all, I'm able to grin and think of the places my get up has been. Help me sing it, you should know it by now. How do I know my youth is all spent? My get up and go has got up and went. In spite of it all, I'm able to grin and think of the places my get up has been. I can hear them all clapping and going crazy. Cool. And by the way, if you had any song requests too, I know lots of songs from a lot of eras, especially when we're talking about the 60s and 70s, maybe the 50s. We can do some of those. We can sing along. We got comedy and music both, and spontaneity. And like I said, I just realized I think I need to do the Mackinac Island song right now. This one was played on the Dr. Demento show. I don't know if any of you people remember that. But he was like my hero back when I was in high school and college. He used to be a national radio show. In fact, he's still around. Dr. Demento's got to be like 85 or something now. He's got a website and he still does his show every week. But he used to be 500 stations, and I was just such a big fan of his, and I would listen into all the goofy songs that he would play. And so I had a song, which I'm going to do later on, called Blind Date. And I sent him a cassette of it back in about 1978, 79. And he actually called my house. He goes, is Wayne Faust there? And I said, yeah. He said, this is Dr. Demento. And I thought it was one of my buddies doing an impression because he was pretty famous in those days. I said, yeah, I want to play your Blind Date song this week. And I was like, yeah. And since then, I've had a whole bunch of songs on this show over the years. My most popular song is called, well, first of all, I'm going to do this. This is my impression. Okay, this is me. And this is my impression of Terry Bradshaw right here. Right there. Oh, I heard another good laugh. Yeah, this is Terry Bradshaw. And that's why I wear a hat, because I get so sick of paparazzi following me around because they think I'm Terry Bradshaw. Now, the cool thing is Terry Bradshaw is kind of a big guy right now. So, people go, oh, you're much skinnier than Terry. Anytime anybody tells you that, I feel pretty good about that. So, and then sometimes I'll just ham it up if people are drinking at bars and I'm playing. Start talking like this. Yeah, I'm Terry Bradshaw. I take the football, just run around right in, right there. You probably get a touchdown right there. And then girls try to follow me home and I say, nope, I'm married. Sorry about that. But I forgot where I was going with that. But anyways, this happens to me. I start, rambling and I know. I want to tell you guys I got to tell you an old guy joke because my dad, I want to be talking about him a little bit tonight. We just lost my dad back in October. He's 95. He was 95 years old. World War II veteran. He landed in France April 1st, 1945. He came over on the Queen Elizabeth. This is true when he used to still be able to wear his World War II uniform. He would march in the Memorial Day parades in Evergreen up to about a year ago when his health kind of went down. But he would tell me these jokes because he was in assisted living up here in Evergreen. He would tell me these jokes. So he told me this one. See if you guys like this. So this guy's in an assisted living kind of place, and it's his like second day there, and this lady comes up to him and he goes, "Oh, well, welcome to our assisted living place." He says, "Yeah, great." He says, "You know what? If you wouldn't mind, I have a trick that I can do. I can tell you exactly how old you are. If you don't, just how old you are." And he says, "Really? How do you do that?" He says, "Well, all you got to do is it's going to sound kind of weird, but let me put my hand down your pants and feel around down there, and I can tell you exactly how old you are." He's like, "This is a weird place to be living now." But he says, "Okay, go ahead. Kind of been lonely for a long time." So she reaches down in there and feels around for a couple of minutes and goes, "You are 87 years old." "Well, how did you know that?" I said, "Well, you told me yesterday." So, we got a note coming up. Let's see what it says. 32 people are watching. Somebody Else's Troubles from Chicago. That's Steve Goodman. I tell you what, I don't know that one, but I will do a Steve Goodman song sometime tonight because that's what I cut my teeth on. I started in the late 70s back on Lincoln Avenue in the folk clubs. I played a place called Somebody Else's Troubles, like that said, and I played John Barleycorn and the Earl of Old Town, things like that. So, yeah, that's my background. That's where I came from. But one place I played for 2 summers, I played on Mackinac Island. If you're from the Midwest, people know about it. It's an island up on Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, between the upper and the lower peninsula of Michigan, which reminds me of another joke. See, this is what happens. I mention something and there's always a joke. So there was an ice fishing tournament last winter between the UP, which is the upper peninsula of Michigan. They call them the Upers. They talk like this. And then the lower peninsula. And after 2 hours, the Upers had no fish, 0 fish. And below the bridge, they had like 2,000 fish. So Sven said to his buddy Oli there in the UP, "You better sneak down there and see how come those guys are catching so many fish down there." And so Sven comes back and said, "You're not going to believe this, but those goofy guys are cutting holes into ice." I even have my UFTA button on right over here. My wife is Norwegian, and they say UFTA. I'm Swedish. I grew up Swedish. All my grandparents came over on the big boat. But the Norwegians, they say UFTA, and I would always say, "Yes, what does that mean?" And they say, "You don't want to know." But anyway, so I was up on Mackinac Island for 2 summers, and if you don't know anything about Mackinac Island, one of their claims to fame is they don't allow cars. The only cars in the whole island are the police car and the fire truck. So everybody's going around in horse and buggies, or just horses and bicycles. But there's one more thing that Mackinac Island is famous for, and it's fudge. In fact, the locals call the tourists fudgies, because everywhere you go to the hardware store, and they got like 12 different kinds of fudge that you could buy. And I'm going to apologize ahead of time for doing this song for you guys, because no matter what I do else tonight, you're going to wake up tomorrow morning singing this song, and you're going to hate me for it. I was riding my bike around the island. It was about 8 miles every morning. I'd get up from the condo and I'd ride around. Beautiful, it's right on the lakes there. And this song came into my head about halfway around, and I had most of it written by the time I got back. And there's a lot of words, so it just came to me. It goes like this. Fudge, fudge, everywhere fudge. Mackinac Island's got a whole lot of fudge. They eat it in the morning, noon, and night. It makes your pants get tight. Now, how catchy is that? There's a little bitty island called Mackinac, prettiest place that you ever saw. They got no cars, so you gotta ride a bike. If your legs are strong, you can take a hike. But a horse and buggy's what tourists like. They all pig out on fudge. Fudge, fudge, everywhere fudge. Mackinac Island's got a whole lot of fudge. They eat it in the morning, noon, and night. It makes your pants get tight. What's the deal with the fudge, you say? It started back in the trapper's day. The winters were cold, snows got high, food ran out and they thought they'd die, but they nibbled on fudge and it got them by. That's why they still like fudge. Fudge, fudge, everywhere fudge. Mackinac Island's got a whole lot of fudge. They eat it in the morning, noon, and night. It makes your pants get tight. Them big old horses clomp around. pulling them carriages around the town. The horse eats a lot in the course of a day. An island can't grow that much hay. When it runs out, that's okay. They feed 'em all some fudge. You sing it. Fudge, fudge, everywhere fudge. Mackinac Island's got a whole lot of fudge. They eat it in the morning, noon, and night. It makes your pants get tight. Now, I did say I was there for a couple summers. One summer I was there for 9 weeks. It was like 4th of July to Labor Day. My wife had her 50th birthday up there. We went to the Grand Hotel, and she wore a cape, and we took a carriage. It was really cool. But during that summer, I found a deep, deep, dark secret about Mackinac Island. And this is it. This is shocking. All day long, those horses go poop. A guy comes along with a great big scoop, mixes cream and butter that he gets at the docks, stirs it all up in great big crocks, sells it to tourists in a little pink box. That's where they get that fudge. Fudge, fudge, everywhere fudge. Mackinac Island's got a whole lot of fudge. They eat it in the morning, noon, and night. It makes your pants get tight. One more. Fudge, fudge, everywhere fudge. Mackinac Island's got a whole lot of fudge. They eat it in the morning, noon, and night. It makes your pants get tight. The bigger the horse, the bigger the bite. Let's have some fudge tonight. There we go. It's the fudge song. Here's a little toast to all you folks at Hilltop. And this is one of my favorite toasts, and I think this is going to be great for most of you, because I was talking to Darren about what you guys do there. And of course, you play pickleball, do all these things. He said, like, you guys are super active. So, and I play hockey twice a week, believe it or not. I play with both of my sons. You know how you can tell I'm not that good of a hockey player? Right here. These are my real teeth. Real hockey players look like they're from Arkansas. But anyways, sorry if you're from Arkansas. I got a good Arkansas joke. You know what a tornado and a divorce in Arkansas have in common? Either way, somebody's going to lose a trailer. I love this lady's laugh. I'm glad that she's not muted. So whoever she is, don't mute her, because this is great. She's got a great laugh. So anyhow, here's my toast, little Grand Marnier. You're only young once, but you can be immature forever. I also have a song maybe I'll do for you guys later on. I wrote it after my high school reunion, Taft High School in Chicago, called The Older We Get, The Better We Used to Be. So I might have to do that one too tonight. Got a lot of songs for my age group, which is your age group, I'm guessing. So you might see me move in pretty soon. I've heard a lot of good things about you guys. The only thing is, if I play pickleball, since I'm a hockey player, I might like check you guys into the net or something. Have to see about that. I actually have a little ice rink in my house here in Evergreen. I freeze my carport every year. This is a true thing. All the kids grew up with it. We have a Faust Stanley Cup that we skate for. I got a whole hockey album. My friend Dave Maney, who's actually talks on Fox News a lot and MSNBC and stuff. He's an economist, but he's also a goalie. And we got together in my studio. We wrote a hockey album, and I'll just give you a little bit of one of it, just because most people don't know much about hockey. But the chorus of the title song goes like this. Where's my teeth, boys? Where's my teeth? 'Cause I am going to the bar. Pearly whites can make for lucky nights, but not when you leave them in the car. It's all these songs about hockey players. Another one. Honey, does my gear all stink? Is that why our love life's on the blink? You met me at the door, say I can't come home no more. Honey, does my gear all stink? Anyhow, we got a whole album of those kind of things. I do write songs about everything. I have a bunch of short songs, which is kind of cool, because sometimes I'm playing somewhere where there's like a short attention span. There's a football game on and something's going on, and I figured out that the shorter the song's better. Once in a while, this rarely happens, but you get paid by the song. And if you're playing at a place and you're getting paid by the song, if you did Inagata-Devita, Freebird, and American Pie, you're done, and you just made like 50 cents for the whole night. So I came up with all these short songs. Like, for instance, here's Kenny Rogers for Playtex. You got to know when to hold them. Yeah, and then here's Peter, Paul, and Mary for Playtex. Puff the magic dress. No, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. I just did Playtex, didn't I? This is Peter, Paul, and Mary for Pee-wee's Playhouse. Puff the magic dragon lived on a shelf. When no one would play with him, he played with him. So yeah, okay, that's a little too much. Got a Willie Nelson song. This is kind of cool. I feel like we're getting to know each other a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and get my Willie out right here. There we go. This is Terry Bradshaw doing Willie Nelson.
Well, she's not.
This is a beautiful song. It's kind of, I'm getting a little sentimental.
We need to clap.
This is Willie Nelson for the Montana Tourism Board.
No,
For all the sheep I've loved before, I made sweaters when she came through the door. I'm glad she came along. She was eating the neighbor's lawn. For all the sheep I've loved before. That was beautiful, wasn't it? Holy smokes. And then, I know a lot of women, especially the lady that's laughing. What was her name? Did we get her name? Because I love, you know what her name is? Judy. Judy, say hi if that's you that's laughing.
Hi.
Great, I love Judy. She's like, I'm going to be playing for Judy tonight for sure. Now it's Judy's turn to cry. Judy's turn to cry. Judy's turn. Remember that song? No, Judy, for you, I'm going to do Julio. You know, because I did Willie, and of course Julio does the same song. Now, if you're going to do Julio, you can't just look at the camera because you got to look off into the distance to show that you're sensitive.
Judy, show your face.
No.
For all these sheep who shared my life, I used to have these sheep for the wife. She was the one I loved. I bought those Velcro gloves for all the sheep I've loved before. Whole bunch of short songs. There's one more. There's Willie Nelson for the IRS. I'll leave my Willie back there. All of me. Why not take all of me? That's it. That's the whole song. Is somebody asking for good-hearted women? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right, great. Okay, and is that what's on that note? Okay, cool. Well, that's perfect because I was just about time to bring out my partner. I got a partner here tonight, and his name is Sven, and he comes from Minnesota there. You know, I got relatives up there in Minnesota. All my 4 grandparents came off the big boat from Sweden there back in the early 20s or late teens. One of my grandpas was in World War I, Grandpa Janssen. Oh, yeah.
Janssen.
And my grandma, she'd put meatballs in everything. Swedish meatballs, you know. I don't know if you remember this, but if you grew up in the Midwest, you might remember this. They would make Jell-O molds, but it wasn't just Jell-O, and it wasn't just bananas, and it wasn't just little grapes. They just put all the leftovers in the Jell-O. So, you know, Grandma, I don't know if the meatballs go that good with the strawberry Jell-O you got going. Oh yeah, it's good for you there, Vane, you know. And then the other thing she would do is stand over you. You never could eat enough for my grandma. Oh, you don't like it, I guess, there. Have some more meatballs. Come on, Grandma, I just had like 2 plates full. But I did figure out why Swedish people, and probably Norwegians too, talk the way they do. You know, they got you know, just, I don't really know Swedish. I know pinvin, which is penguin. I don't know why I know that. Taxamika, thanks a lot. Vasagut, come to the table. But there was, but you know, if they eat this stuff called lutefisk. And if you've never had lutefisk before, I wanted to explain this to the other people that don't know what I'm talking about. What happened is when the immigrants came over, they didn't have refrigerators, so they would get this codfish and they'd soak it in lye for 47 years. Yeah, and then they would pass it down to little Ole on his Lutheran church confirmation. Yeah, and it ended up being like this big flat board codfish with a lot of lye salt thing. And then what they do is every Christmas, you break it off, put it in a pot, it starts boiling, the wallpaper peels off, dogs turn over, their legs just point in the air, you know. And it comes out on the plate, and it's hard to describe, but it's basically rubbery, blubbery, fish-flavored Jell-O. That's what it is, yeah. And you know, and like I keep telling people, we got refrigerators now, we got freezers, we don't need to do this, but you know, of course, that's what they do because it's tradition. And the cool thing about that is that's why Scandinavians talk the way they do, because even if you're Italian, you take a bite of lutefisk, what do you say? So that's the reason for that. But I do have a Swedish partner over here, and I'm going to get him out. He's been all around the world with me. Let me get him out.
She did.
This is Sven. Check this guy out. Is this cool or what?
Oh,
This is my little partner. And I've been doing this kind of a show for a long time where I have a backup. I record my own voice, my own guitar, sing along with it. And I started having little different guys. And then years ago, I said, I need a Viking. And I went to a bunch of craft fairs. And of course, they wanted thousands of dollars to have a carved little Viking. And my son, who is actually an architect, he graduated from KU. By the way, you know what you get with when you cross a Kansas graduate with a groundhog? 6 more weeks of basketball. Yeah. And I got to see a lot of the Kansas State tree when I go to Missouri every summer. Kansas State tree is the telephone pole. But anyhow, so my son goes, I'll make you a Sven. And so this is a firewood log from my backyard right here in Evergreen. And he went to a thrift store and got the coat. And my wife made the beard. That's a new beard for him. It's kind of from a thrift store fur coat thing. And I bought the guitar somewhere. And he got new horns right here. He's feeling pretty excited about that. When he gets really excited, his horns get big. But I don't want to talk about it. It's a family show. So Sven is going to do Good-Hearted Woman with me. So we're going to do Waylon and Willie. And I don't know which one he's doing and which one I'm doing. But this is a recording of my own guitar, my own voice. This is our first request for tonight. Unfortunately, well, it's the second one because somebody wanted to hear Steve Goodman too, so we'll do that too. But this is Good-Hearted Woman. Somebody say yeehaw.
Yeah.
There we go. Play it, Sven. There he goes. He's good, isn't he? Well, it's a long time forgotten with dreams that just fell by the way. This good life he promised ain't what she's living today. She never complains about the bad times and the bad things she's done. She just talks about the good times they've had, all the good times that come. Here comes Sven now. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-timing man. She loves him in spite of his wicked ways that she don't understand. Through teardrops and laughter, we'll pass through this world hand in hand. He sings good harmony, doesn't he? This good-hearted woman in love with a good time. I see Judy. I can see her image there. She's singing along. He likes the bright lights, nightlife's good time and friends. That's me trying to do Waylon right there. When the party's all over, she'll welcome him back home again. Now, if you want to do Willie, you got to hold your nose. Lord knows she don't understand him, but she does the best that she can. This good-hearted woman in love with a good-timing man. All right, if you know it, help me sing it. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-timing man. She loves him in spite of his wicked ways she don't understand. Through teardrops and laughter, we'll pass through this world hand in hand. Watch this. Sven's going to do a solo. Take it, Sven. This good-hearted woman in love with a good time man. Man, he's got a good voice, doesn't he? Clap your hands now. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good time man. She loves me in spite of my Mickey Mouse ways she don't understand. Through teardrops and laughter, we'll pass through this world hand in hand. Yeah. This good-hearted woman in love with a good timing man. Take it out, Sven. Yeah, this good-hearted woman in love with a good timing man. There we go. That's Sven. This is kind of cool because I can, I can see the comments and I can see Judy, and this is great. This is fun. Oh, that's Laura. Oh, hi, Laura. So I can see you dancing around there. Cool. I like Laura. Up, she just she just went away, maybe because she knows I could see her.
Yeah.
I can tell one of my favorite blonde jokes because Laura looks like she's a blonde, and I do get in trouble. My daughter's a blonde, but we got jokes for everybody. So wherever you're from, we got religious jokes, we got ethnic jokes, we got all kinds of things. So this one people don't get. I'm going to try this out on you, and if you get this one, send a little laugh, or if you think it's a terrible joke, that's okay. So I went to this. I did a show one time, and it was one of these places where it was like a corporate meeting, and everybody had a "Hi, I'm so and so," and they would write their name. And so this large busted woman had one of those stickers there, and this blonde came up and said, "That's cute. What'd you name the other one?" And another one, this is actually a Lena joke. Sven and Oli, they got the Sven and Oli jokes. This is a Lena joke. This is one of my favorites. We got the Olympics going on now, but we had the Summer Olympics a couple of years ago. And Lena was in the Olympics as a swimmer. And she was really, champion swimmer in high school in Minnesota. And then she was doing the breaststroke in the Olympics dead last. She lost to Slovenia. And she got out of the pool and said, after doing the breaststroke, she said, "I think them other women were using their arms."
And other women.
And I do have religious jokes. I grew up Lutheran, of course we're Swedish, got to be Lutheran. I think it's like genetic or something. And you got to sit in the back of the church. Anytime I've ever played at a Lutheran church, nobody sits in the front. So when they sit in the front, it's a full house just because, there's somebody in the front row. But do you know why Lutherans never have orgies? Because then they'd have to send out too many thank you notes. If you know Lutherans, you know why that one is funny. Do you know how many Jewish mothers it takes to screw in a light bulb? Never mind, I'll just sit here in the dark. You know how many Catholics it takes to screw in a light bulb? It's 10, 1 to screw it in and 9 to feel guilty about the old bulb. Somebody is a Lutheran right there. And one of my favorite ones is this one, a religious joke. What do you get when you cross a Jehovah's Witness with a Unitarian? Somebody who knocks on your door and doesn't really know why. Judy is a Lutheran. Okay, Judy, great, cool. Oh, you're a Lutheran there. Yeah, good deal. So I'm going to do a song about growing up. We got a nice song here. I wrote this song a really long time ago. It's one of the first songs I ever wrote about growing up. I think I was 17, and I was thinking that 16-year-olds were having a lot more fun than me, and I was getting nostalgic. But some of you guys might relate to this one as well if you guys are in about the same demographic. So this is another one with Sven. A nice little song. Here we go. It's so good, isn't he? Running and laughing, summer vacation, come on and play in my yard. Got a new game we can learn how to play, tried it isn't too hard. Building a house in the old oak tree, making a castle of sticks. Watching the rain on a lazy Sunday, remembering when I was 6. Here we go, Sven. Hitting a homer, running the bases, put on my catcher's mitt. Playing with mud pies, rolling the sand, mommy is having a fit. Feeling kind of funny down in my stomach because of all the candy I ate. Watching the snowfall late in December, remembering when I was 8. Why do the ladies always go first? And why can't I eat with my hands? How did I get here? What makes a baby? When do I know I'm a man? How old is mommy? How old is daddy? Why is my grandma so kind? Watching the children out in the playground, remembering when I was 9. I used to pretend that I was a star, just like on TV. I'd run through the park with the wind at my back, happy-go-lucky and free. You be the sheriff riding your horse, and I'll be Billy the Kid. Out on the front porch, sitting a thinking, remembering things that I did. Out on the front porch, sitting to thinking, remembering things that I did. Nice little song about growing up. Like I said, we do a lot of different kinds of things. We do some nice things as well along the way. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. But I did write you guys a pickleball song. This song is about an hour and a half old. I got the words right here. Darren told me that people are just nuts about pickleball at Hilltop, and they just go crazy. So this is a parody. You take somebody else's song and screw up the words on purpose. Let's get this closer. Obviously, I didn't have time to memorize it, so it's right here down in these sheets right here. So here we go. This is for the pickleballers. I actually do have quite a few friends that play it, and one of these days I probably will. But like I said, I'm usually playing hockey, and in the summer I'm traveling and riding my bike. But sometime I'll play it, and like I said, check you guys into the net right here. Oh, well, we're picklehead players, we're opponent slayers. We play everywhere we go. We're lovers of the sport, so we take to the courts. Come and see us go, go, go. At the Hilltop Club, rarely do we flub any shots that we really haven't made. All the victories we're getting really leave us sweating, so Joe Sandoval brings us Gatorade. See, I looked on your website, heard about Joe Sandoval. Pickleball, we can play for hours pickleball. Then we really need a shower pickleball. We're coming when they call, 'cause we love to play pickleball. They should have done this version originally. It might have been a bigger hit than Cover the Rolling Stones. At Christmas time, well, the club was doing fine. We had a happy hour buffet. Someone hit a deviled egg that went bouncing off a leg, even though it wasn't time to play. Bad bounces and bad calls, well, we don't care at all. Could play every hour of every day. COVID's winding down, so we're coming back to town, and all we want to do is play pickleball. We can play in Bora Bora pickleball. We're all famous in Aurora pickleball. 'Cause we just want to play pickleball. We love to play pickleball. At Hilltop we play pickleball. I can see the ball coming over the net now. Brand new song. If anybody wants the words of that one, I'll send them to Darren, and he can share it with you guys in the newsletter. Because it's just a tune, a cover of the Rolling Stone. I have been writing parodies for a really long time. I just love it. By the way, in a minute, I'm gonna do my most famous song. It's called "Bald Guys Are Cool." In fact, my most popular album is right here. I'm gonna hold this up. They actually played the title song of this album on the Today Show one time. It was really cool. It was a Sunday Today Show a few years back, and a buddy of mine in Hinckley, Ohio, my friend Jerry, called me on Sunday morning. He goes, "Wayne, I just heard your Bald Guy song on the Today Show," and I'm like, "Nah, you've been drinking. No way." And then I got a check. It was a really good check, and I was like, "Oh." So I sent them lots more stuff, but so far that's all they played. But I want you to send me a note if you are a bald guy. So, there's somebody said he's a Colorado native. How is it? Oh, that's Laura. You're watching from Copper Mountain. I thought she said she had seen me because I used to play Copper Mountain all the time. Thanks for something. I'm saying, I can't see what that says. Thanks for what? Oh, cool. Awesome. By the way, I heard a new Colorado joke. It's a little rude. I'm warning you, this is politically incorrect, but I think this is a really good Colorado joke. What does Colorado and Saudi Arabia have in common? Both places it's legal to get stoned. So there we go.
Oh.
Boo. So somebody to send some notes. If you're a bald guy or you're with a bald guy, please send a note so I know that there's bald guys out here. Because when I do that song in my show, they you know, I get bald guys up on stage with me. One night, true story, I wish I had a video of it. I was playing for Wisconsin Public Service in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and it was in January. They flew me out there in January, and and it was like a block. It was at the Stadium Club. It was like a block from Lambeau Field. It was actually pretty cool. I hate to say this as a born and raised Bear fan, but they took me to the Stadium Club. The Packers were not in the playoffs that year, and they were tearing up the field. So they took me on a tour of it, and it was really, really cool. But anyhow, we had 47 bald guys on stage. Well, they weren't on stage. They couldn't all fit, so they were just feeding out into the aisle. And they sing "Bald Guys," and they dance around like this. You'll hear this song in a minute. But women were putting money in their pants. It was like the bald Chippendales and stuff. It was really cool. So it's kind of a famous song for me. So I'm going to go ahead and do it now. So during this song, when you hear this, you're going to probably want to admit that you are a cool bald guy. I got all kinds of bald jokes. We'll tell some of them during this song. And we got the whole band backing me up on this one. So I get to come up here with you guys. Right over here. I think, am I in the camera if I do this? Let's see. I can't tell. I'll turn this up just a little bit to make sure that I'm there. I've got my big screen living room TV monitoring everything we're doing here. So this is the Bald Guy song. Here we go. And I actually get more downloads. For some reason, we got one bald guy already? Okay. Oh, Tom Norton and Judy is with a handsome bald guy. Well, no wonder she's so cool, you know, because she's with a guy who's not wasting his male hormones growing hair. Think about it, ladies. You know, after this song, I do it in shows everywhere I go. There's guys that'll go home and shave their heads, and come back the next night going, I want to be a bald guy. So anyways, here we go. Normally I get all the women to scream for the bald guys, but we're online, so we'll just do the song. Here we go. Ha! Bald guys are happening, they're really getting hip. Strutting on the beaches, cruising down the strip. We're not like our parents, it skips a generation. We're the baby boomers, and we're causing a sensation. Bald guys, really getting hip. Bald guys, hair who needs it. Bald guys, really getting cool. Bald guys, you can sing that with me when it comes up. Bald guys on skateboards, rolling down the street. Bald guys are rocking to the heavy beat. Bald guys in tuxes, hey, they ain't no slobs. Bald guys get all the chicks 'cause they got a job. Bald guys, really, sing it, ladies.
Bald guys.
Hair who needs it, bald guys. Let's hear all the bald guys sing it.
Bald guys.
Bald guys are people. I forgot where I'm at. Sing it, people. Oh, my wife insists I'm bald. Bald guys are people, people without hair. And before you know it, you see them everywhere. With supermodels, what she's seeing him. Having lots of hair is out. Bald guys are in. Sing it, people. Bald guys. Bald guys. Let's give them our backsides. Here we go. Bald guys can polish it, really make it shine. They don't have to comb their hair, they're ready all the time. Bald guys got sports cars, lots of money too. They don't spend it on stylists, they're spending it on you. Bald guys. Sing it, ladies.
Bald guys.
I hear a voice. Sing it, guys. Bald guys. Bald guys. Now, there's probably some things you never realized, but God only made so many perfect heads. He put hair on the rest of them. It's a solar panel for my sex machine.
Oh.
And it's been sunny for 2 days, so I'm charged up through Valentine's Day. Okay, here's a rude one. Why do bald guys have holes in their pockets? so they can run their fingers through their hair.
Oh my God.
Sorry about that. Bald guys. Everybody together. Bald
Bald
guys.
guys. Woo! Yeah.
Here we go. It's the bald guy song. Sometime I'm going to have to come and play for you guys in person, and then we'll get bald guys up on stage, and it's really a hoot because women just go nuts. So I'm going to do one nice thing here, and then we're going to play some banjo because a lot of people like banjo. And I was born in the hills and bayous of the southern piney woods of Chicago. So, you know I'm lying now. There's no hills in Chicago. I learned to ski near Chicago, a place called Wilmot Mountain. Anybody from that area knows 200 vertical feet, and they advertise that on billboards. Oh my gosh, 200 feet, holy cow. Besides that, the only hills in Chicago are the Pitcher's Mound at Wrigley Field and White Sox Park. That's about it. And the bad thing for me was at Wilmot, you didn't really have to do anything dangerous, like turn, because it was 200 feet. You go up the top in the rope tow in the old days, and you just ski right to the lift. 50 runs an hour. We're getting our money's worth. Holy cow. And so when I was a senior in high school, I came to Breckenridge for the first time. And my friend Cheese met me there, and he took me up to the mountain. I said, Cheese, take me up where the black diamonds are, because that's what I always ski at Wilmot. So anyway, so I got to the top, and I went straight down, on the Black Diamond in Breckenridge. Next thing I know, I was skiing on I-70 going through the tunnel. I don't know what happened. I knew the runs were long. Okay, somebody said, since you played in Summit County, do you know Mo Dixon? Sure, yeah, Mo's a buddy of mine. We used to both play together, not together, but we played different nights at Beaver Run Resort at Tiffany's for about 15 years. So yeah, Mo's amazingly talented. Haven't heard from him in a while. I think he's still around in Colorado. And somebody else says they're watching from Arizona, which is way cool. Just today, this is a true story, I booked a gig at a place down in Tucson for next winter because they've had a lot of shutdowns and things. So next winter I'm going down there, and we're going to try to get as many gigs as I can in the wintertime at some of the retirement communities because my daughter, oh, cool. Mo played at Copper Mountain tonight. Great, thanks for letting me know. I'll give him a call just because we talk once in a while. I'm glad he's still doing it. Mo's really great. Anyways, so my daughter and her husband live in Arizona. We have 9 grandkids, my wife and I. Like I said, we got married when we were 2, so we're really not that old. But anyways, got 9 grandkids, and 8 of them, 4 of them, one son lives in Westminster, and 4 of them live in Conifer, really close. But the only one that's far away, we've got a beautiful little granddaughter who's a year and a half that lives in Tempe. And so, in fact, I'm going to go down there to see him in a couple of weeks. But I'm going to try to do some gigs down there in Arizona. I got one today already. So if you're in Tucson, park it on your calendar, March 1st, next year or so. So anyways, I wanted to ask you guys a question, and I usually ask this every night. How many people grew up where they burn leaves in the fall in the neighborhood? Because that's what we did in Chicago when I was a kid. You'd rake all the leaves in the whole neighborhood. We had a bunch of kids on our block. It was a very big baby boomer block. We had a park on one side of a tree park on one side of the block, and then an open baseball park on the other side of the block, and we'd all get together. But my favorite time of the year was always October because everybody had burned leaves, and I just loved that. They don't let them do it anymore because of pollution, of course, but this song came about when I was driving across Kansas, which takes the best years of your life. I was on I-70, and we moved from Mesa, Arizona, no leaves. Well, actually, they got, my wife was just down visiting the little granddaughter, and they sent a picture of her at the park, and the leaves had fallen. Like in Arizona, it's like the trees go, I guess it's supposed to be fall. Let's drop our leaves for about a week and grow them back again. But anyways, I was driving across Kansas, and I don't even know when it was, probably the spring, and a farmer was burning leaves, and that smell came through the air vent of my car, my Subaru. And of course, I got a Subaru. I live in Colorado. It's the law. But anyways, I got that smell, and all of a sudden, I was just transported back to where I grew up. The neighborhood I grew up in was called Norwood Park, which is the northwest side of Chicago, right near Park Ridge and Niles. But it was still in the city. They had a rule that all the cops and firemen had to live in the city, so they would go to the far edge, which is where Norwood Park was. So you could still walk around that neighborhood with, bills hanging out of your pocket. Nobody's going to mess with you because that house is a cop and there's another one right there. But anyhow, so smelling those leaves, it just reminded me of when I grew up. And I wrote this little poem about Norwood Park, and then I put music to it. This music comes from a woman that I know in Seattle, Washington. Her name is Nancy Rumble. They used to have a duo, Tingstad and Rumble, a lot of beautiful instrumental music. And I thought this one really fit my poem. And so that I got her permission to use it. And there's a YouTube video that goes with this, a lot of nice old pictures. But I think you'll relate to this wherever you grew up, because this is all about our lives when we were kids. Here we go. Even after all these years, my memory still tastes sweet. We had a canopy of elm trees over our head that sheltered our little street. We played hide and seek at dusk. We climbed lamppost after dark. Summer lasted longer then back in Norwood Park. It was always in September when we went back to school. We burned our leaves down by the curb when the nights got cool. I loved to smell that autumn smoke as it drifted through the dark from 100 bonfires back in Norwood Park. When the first snow finally came and blew in off the lake, I pressed my nose against the window pane and I counted every flake. Now if winters seem too cold with landscapes bleak and stark, my memories shine like Christmas lights back in Norwood Park. When April winds blew warmer and the snow all melted away, we had a park just down the block and baseball games to play. For a red-haired boy in the springtime, seems like all the world's a lark. So I played catch with my big brother back in Norwood Park. But changes happen much too quickly, at least that's what it seems. So I left my neighborhood behind to go and chase my dreams. I've traveled half a world away and I hope I've left my mark, but still I travel in my mind back to Norwood Park. And all of those I left behind, those that went away. My grandmas and my grandpas, I still see them there today. They're standing on the sidewalk where nights are no longer dark with my mother and my brother back in Norwood Park. So I'm grateful for all those memories, for the sights and the sounds and the smells, and all the seasons of my childhood and the friends I knew so well. I think each of us has a place to go when our eyes start growing dark. For me, that place is always going to be back in Norwood Park.
Beautiful.
That's cool.
So a little change of pace for you there.
Beautiful.
All right, so you guys want to hear a little banjo picking? Can somebody say yeehaw?
Yeehaw.
There we go. I heard Judy saying yeehaw. Look, Judy, you want to come with me to every show? Wherever I go, you want to just
Sure.
come along. You got a great laugh and
Can I bring
enthusiasm.
my handsome bald man with me?
You can bring your handsome bald guy, and he'll come up on stage with me every night I do that song, and chicks will dig him. They definitely will dig him right there. So. All right. A couple of more state jokes as I'm getting the banjo ready to go. Do you know how many Ohio State football players it takes to screw in a light bulb? Only one, but he gets 3 hours of credit for it. Here's one of my favorites. What do you call a McDonald's surrounded by tractors in Iowa? Prom night. Not hearing any laughs on these latest ones. So this guy moves to Maine. You know, he moves from New York to Maine because he wanted to get out of the traffic and the crime and the taxes. And he gets this little cabin in the woods. And he, let's see, did I plug this in? Yep, I plugged it in. And he gets in this little cabin and he gets moved in, and all of a sudden there's a knock at his door, and there's this little guy standing there in an Elmer Fudd hunting cap, and he goes, "Hey there, welcome to Maine." I know that's Minnesota, but that's as close as I can get. I said, welcome to Maine. He goes, yeah, I didn't know anybody lived around here. Oh, yeah, we're just right down the road there. He said, we like to have a party for people that just move in. And it's a Friday night. You want to come? And he said, sure. He said, I got to warn you, though, there's going to be some drinking up here because it's Maine. There's not much else to do. And he said, oh, that's okay. I like to drink. Got to warn you, there's going to be some gambling at this party because that's what we do, too, to pass the time. You go, great. Got to warn you, there's going to be some hanky-panky, some physical contact. That going to be all right? And he said, sure. So what should I wear? And he goes, oh, it doesn't really much matter. Just going to be the two of us. So listen, I'm going to put my fedora back on. Where is it? Where'd it go now? Holy cow. Where'd I put my fedora? Oh, it's over here by the fireplace. Okay. Anyways, this is a great old song. This one's called You Get a Line, I'll Get a Pole, Honey. I played in Louisiana a lot. By the way, you can tell you're in a zoo in Louisiana because the same as all the other zoos. They got the animal in the cage and a little plaque that says what the animal is. In Louisiana, there's another plaque with a recipe. So this one's called You Get a Line, I'll Get a Pole, Honey, featuring my partner Sven. He loves doing this one. Somebody say yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
You get a line and I'll get a pole, honey. You get a line and I'll get a pole, baby. You get a line and I'll get a pole. We'll go down to the crawdad hole, honey. Baby mine. Well, here come a man with a sack on his back, honey. Here come a man, sack on his back, baby. Here come a man, sack on his back. More crawdads in the milking pack, honey. Baby mine. Sing it with me. You get a line and I'll get a pole, honey. You get a line and I'll get a pole, baby. You get a line and I'll get a pole. We'll go down to the crawdad hole, honey. Baby mine. Well, the man fell down and broke the sack, honey. Man fell down, broke the sack, baby. Man fell down, broke the sack. See them crawdads back and back, honey. Baby mine. You get a line. You get a line and I'll get a pole, honey. You get a line and I'll get a pole, baby. You get a line and I'll get a pole. We'll go down to the crawdad hole, honey. Baby mine. What you gonna do when the creek runs dry, honey? Well, what you gonna do when the creek runs dry, babe? What you gonna do when the creek runs dry? Sit on the banks, watch crawdads die, honey. Baby mine, you get a line. You get a line and I'll get a pole, honey. You get a line and I'll get a pole, babe. You get a line and I'll get a pole. We'll go down to the crawdad hole, honey. Clap your hands out there. Well, you get a line and I'll get a pole, honey. Honey, you get a line and I'll get a pole, baby. You get a line and I'll get a pole. We'll go down to the crawdad hole, honey. Baby mine. My honey, baby mine.
Yeehaw. Woo.
That's some banjo picking right there. Now I'm going to give you a little test. This is actually really cool. This is an amazing thing. This is about the value of music, no matter how old it is, how it gets stuck in deep places in your brain. There was a song that was a hit probably for 3 weeks back in the 60s. They never play it on oldies radio because it's a novelty song, but everybody still knows this song. Watch. Hello, mother. Hello, father. Here I am at... You knew it, didn't you? You knew it, yeah, Camp Granada. 50 years, 60 maybe. Actually, yeah, it's 2022, probably 60 years. You want to hear a little more of that just for the heck of it? Alan Sherman. Camp is very entertaining, and they say we'll have some fun if it stops raining. I went hiking With Joe Spivey, he developed.
Poison
You
ivy.
got it, poison ivy. You remember Leonard Skinner. He got ptomaine poisoning. This is fun. Let's see if Judy knows the rest of this. All the counselors hate the waiters, and the lake has.
Alligators.
And the head coach wants no sissies, so he reads to us from something called Ulysses. Okay, we'll do the rest of it if I see in person sometime. But let's clap for Judy right there. She knew that stuff. Yeah, bet you a lot of the rest of you did too. But there is one song that every American knows. Every American over about the age of 30 knows this next song. And this one is how we know we're actually Americans. And this is the thing that can actually bond us, because we're on opposite sides these days. I mean, it's like half and half. The whole country's now. We're all fighting about everything now. But there's one song that can bring us together as Americans. And of course, I'm talking about the theme song for the Beverly Hillbillies. Am I right about this? I mean, everybody knows this song. So let's all sing this together as Americans, and because you cannot be Al Qaeda and know this song. You just can't. I mean, it's not going to happen. So let's do it together. Come and listen to my story about a man named Jed. Poor mountaineer, barely kept the salmon fed. Then one day he was shooting at some food, went up from the ground, come a bubbling crude. Oil, that is. Black gold, Texas tea. Well, the first thing you know, Jed's a millionaire. Kinfolk said, Jed, away from there. Said, California is the place you ought to be. Say, loaded up the truck and moved to Beverly Hills, that is. Swimming pools, movie stars. We're getting to know each other. I got a personal confession. I went through puberty watching Ellie Mae Clampett. Wait. Took 9 minutes. Well, now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. We would like to thank you folks for trying to drop in, and y'all invited back next week to this locality. Have a heap and help another hospitality. Y'all come back now, here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I tell you, time's running by fast already. We're here till 7:30, so. But there is one song everybody asks for on the banjo, and of course it's Dueling Banjos, which kind of scares me. I remember that movie Deliverance, and most guys get a little scared. I was in Georgia where they filmed the movie Deliverance. I went way down to play in Key West. And this is back when they had video stores, and I went to the video store. I said, I'm going to rent Deliverance and watch it in my motel, because this is where they filmed it. And it was in the love story section, so I didn't really. The guy told me I had a purty mouth, and so I left. I went back to the interstate. That was it. But this is Sven's big number right over here. He's gonna play this one. And if you've been drinking in your room where you guys are at, you might see his hands move. Sometimes it happens. So this is the one everybody wants to hear on the banjo.
Are you seeing his hands move?
Here's the hard part. In the living room, somebody say faster. All right, little banjo picking. Got some nice notes. Oh, the hand claps are coming up. It is cool. Somebody's going to see Mo next week. I definitely got to call Mo. And I said, Mo, I've been promoting you today from my living room at Hilltop. That is so cool. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. One thing I do that I don't think anybody else does, I've never heard anybody else doing it, but I like to make up a song on the spot. And especially on these online shows, it's a little risky because you never know how many subjects you're going to get. Because when I'm doing it live, I say, okay, give me 6 subjects, and I point over here, and somebody says rat catchers, and somebody says pickleball, and somebody says this and that. And then on the spot, I have to take those subjects that they gave me and make up a song just like that. And so I don't know anybody else that does this, but it's kind of a fun little thing. I've always loved rhymes. When I was a kid, in high school, I would have people, when it was time to sign the yearbooks, I'd have people that didn't even know me say, can you sign my yearbook? Because it was like, here's a guy named Joe, we got to run out of here, you know him, kind of thing. So I'd always make up rhymes. So your job right now, while I'm doing this next song, which is Devil Went Down to Georgia on the banjo. I'm the only guy who does this on the banjo. You what? Oh yeah, we still got to do Steve Goodman. That's going to be coming up. Okay, there's first subjects already here. Bald eagle. Cool, I love that. So my wife will be writing these down, and after this song, she's going to hand me what the things came up. And one time I did an online show, like my regular ones on Facebook, and I had 27 subjects, and I had to put them all in one song. So we'll see how many we get. But go ahead and send subject. This is Devil Went Down to Georgia on the banjo, Sven playing the drums. Right here. Devil went down to Georgia. He was looking to try again. Because the last time through, he lost a bet to a fiddle-playing man. Well, this time he found Johnny picking a banjo, playing it hot. Devil jumped on a hick stump and said, Bo, let me tell you what. Hey, I've lost at fiddling. I'm a banjo player, too. And if you care to take a dare, I'll make another bet with you. Now you play pretty good banjo, boy, but give the devil his due. Bet a banjo gold against your soul, because I think I'm better than you. I said, my name's Johnny. We'll try this all again. I'll take your bet. You're gonna regret. I unplugged myself. I'll go through in Georgia, and the devil deals the cards. And if you win, you get to shine a banjo made of gold. And if you lose, the devil gets your soul. I stepped on the chord there. Opened up his case and said, I'll start this trick. Fire flew from his fingers as he waved them finger picks. He waved those picks across the strings and it made an evil hiss. And a banded demon joined right in and it sounded something like this. Go, Sven. It's his favorite part. The devil finished. Johnny said, well, it's pretty good, old son. Let's sit down in that chair right there. Let me show you how it's done. Played fire and fire, run, boys, run. Up in the house of the rising sun. In the bread pan, picking out dough. Breaking you dog by no I know. devil bowed his head because again he had been beat. He laid that golden banjo on the ground at Johnny's feet. Johnny said, I told you twice I'm the best it's ever been. Come back with a 12 string and I'll kick your butt again. Fireman, run, boys, run. In the house of the rising sun. Red pan picking on dough. You talk about no time now. Everybody say yeehaw.
Yeah. Woo!
By the way, you can get all this music on my website. We do actually have CDs. We got downloads. I'm on Spotify and iTunes, all that kind of stuff as well. But if you guys prefer CDs, I got 10, 15 of them, something like that. So you go to waynefaust.com, or if you go to Picklehead, I also run picklehead.com, which is an online music store. We sell goofy songs. And if you scroll to the bottom of the main page of Picklehead, you'll see my picture, and click on that. That'll get you to waynefaust.com. But you'll find out more than you'd ever really want to know about me. I write fiction, I got stories, I got pictures, I got all kinds of things, videos. I'm on YouTube. The Norwood Park poem is on YouTube. I got about 24 YouTube videos, so just search for my name and you'll find them. Okay, let's see what we got. Not too many, it looks like. Let's see. That's it? 4? Oh. This is going to be a piece of cake. I only have to put 4 things into a song, so I can actually do a slow song like a Valentine's Day love song. Somebody send a couple more subjects, like right now, real quick, because it's too easy to do 4. See if anybody else gets any. Just type something. And it doesn't even have to be one word. It can be like, guy going to Safeway on Sunday morning or something, or whatever it is. Yeah, you got to hit chat, by the way, on your screen. You have to hit chat, and then you can type something. Otherwise, we'll just do these 4. Cactus. Okay, yeah, we got Arizona going. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting them. Okay, yeah. Okay, you want to, now we're getting it. Put those on here, Sal. This is my lovely wife, Sally. I saw somebody else was named Sally. Oh, there's a Sally up there, right there. I should sing Mustang Sally. All you want to do is ride around Sally. Ride, Sally, ride. Bighorn sheep, is that what it says? No.
Our dog Zoe.
Our dog Zoe. Oh yeah, bighorn sheep. I did see that. It went by so fast. I got it. Okay, now we're getting too many. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Like I said, I did 27 one time in my Christmas show over the holidays online. You get people from everywhere watching that one. And then I will do that Steve Goodman song for the people that asked for somebody else's troubles a long, long time ago. Yeah, doing good on time. I keep going. A lot of times I'll do 3 hours. We're not doing that tonight, but supposed to be an hour and a half. Supposed to be an hour and a half. Hope you guys can hang out for just a few minutes longer. Okay, we got bald eagle, cornflakes, Valentine's, Christmas, cactus, car crash, square dancing, John Denver, bighorn sheep, our dog Zoe, and pancakes. I always put all those subjects together in one song anyways. That's just obvious, right? So here we go. I saw a bald eagle flying like a nut. He landed on a cactus, got thorns in his butt. But then he flew away. He talked and he said, I'm fine. He was a romantic bald eagle. He bought me a Valentine. He's a bald eagle. Everybody, he's a bald eagle. Got thorns in his butt. And I got in a car crash, but I was doing fine. And I climbed out and met that bald eagle, and it was Christmas time. And he introduced me to a bighorn sheep, and we got along. And we started square dancing again while singing Christmas songs. 'Cause he's a bald eagle. I don't know if this is making any sense to anybody but me. He's a bald eagle. He's a bald eagle singing Christmas songs. And then we had breakfast, and it was pancakes. I would have been a lot happier if it was cornflakes. But I love that bald eagle. He flies where he wants to go. I love that bald eagle, but it's not as much as our dog, Zoe. Did I forget one? Oh, I forgot John Denver. Sorry, I got to do another one. One more chorus. Love that bald eagle with a twinkle in his eye. He's a famous bald eagle. John Denver wrote about that guy. Yep, I think we got them all. There it is, right there. That was like the weirdest song ever. I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm going to be laying in bed tonight, and I'm just, no matter what I did tonight, I'm going to be laying in bed going, he's a bald eagle. All right, this is one of the prettiest songs that I know, and it's I don't usually get to do this one because it's pretty mellow, but we got a Steve Goodman fan out there, the one who asked for somebody else's troubles. And this was Steve Goodman's most well-known song. He actually didn't write this one. It was written by a guy by the name of Michael Smith, and it's called The Dutchman. And it's a beautiful song. And this is the kind of stuff I cut my teeth on when I was first starting out. All the folk songs, Simon and Garfunkel, remember all those? I learned a lot of their songs. But this one's called The Dutchman, so it's really a pretty one. I'll get this capo on here. Finger picking is a little weird tonight because actually on my home rink last night, I hit the deck and I got a little bone thing going here in my hand. But so far I'm doing it. This is cool, this little thing on here. I don't know if you can see this on the end of the guitar. It's a tuner. It's a Japanese tuner. And it lights up, you hit a note and it lights up and tells you if you're sharp or flat. And if you're way off, it says, give it up, American dog. It says, remember my dad used to do that. He'd come to these shows and I'd just start going off on all these weird things. And he just came up one time and looked at my head and he goes, how much stuff you got up there? I'd like to just open that up sometime. I said, no thanks, Dad. But this is a mighty pretty song, one of the prettiest ones I know, I think. The Dutchman's not the kind of man who keeps his thumb jammed in the dam that holds his dreams in. But that's a secret that only Margaret knows. When Amsterdam is golden in the summer, Margaret brings him breakfast. She believes him. He thinks the tulips bloom beneath the snow. He's mad as he can be, but Margaret only sees that sometimes. Sometimes she sees her unborn children in his eyes. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuider Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man. Dear Margaret remembers that for me. The winters whirl the windmills round. She winds hers muffler tighter. They sit in the kitchen. Some tea with whiskey keeps away the dew. And he sees her for a moment, calls her name, she makes the bed up singing some old love song. A song Margaret learned when it was very new. He hums a line or two, they sing together in the dark. The Dutchman falls asleep, Margaret blows a candle out. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuider Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man. Dear Margaret remembers that for me. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuider Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man. Dear Margaret remembers that for me. That's a pretty little song right there. And I'm going to do one more nice song, and then we're going to have a big closer. We're going to do my big banjo finale right over here. And by the way, everybody tonight at Hilltop, everybody gets to stay up till, you guys don't have bedtimes. You guys get to stay up till 2 in the morning tonight, and I'll be coming by, and I'll just climb in your window, and we'll play poker or something. No, I'm just kidding, obviously. So someday I really would like to meet all you guys in person, because this has been a whole bunch of fun. Wait a minute. Tell you another state joke while I'm changing over. What does a tornado and a divorce in Arkansas have in common? Either way, somebody's going to lose a trailer. And here's one of my favorite. This is a Kentucky one, but it's definitely in my top 5 for state jokes. How can you tell when you're in a hotel in Kentucky? If you call the front desk and say, got a leak in my sink, he says, go ahead. Women don't usually laugh at that one as much as the guys do. The guys like that one, but, what's the state motto of Florida? If you don't like the way we count votes, go on to the other 53 states.
Oh, whoa.
Okay. But I actually, this is kind of nice. I was just kind of thinking I wasn't going to do this song, but it just kind of popped into my head. And I said, I'm going to do this for you guys because this has been so much fun. I have been doing this for a living now for 46 years. I actually wrote a book years back called 30 Years Without a Real Job. And I've been blessed to go to a lot of places and all the people I get to meet. And now here I am living in a house in Colorado that I've lived in for 30 some years in the foothills of the Rockies with my ice rink out in the carport. And a place I always loved to come and visit when I was a kid, Colorado, I get to live here. And I've been on seaplanes in Louisiana. I've been all kinds of places in Europe, and all because of this guitar right here. So I'm going to throw this one in for you guys. This is kind of an autobiographical song for me, and this is out for you guys today. Unfortunately, every time I look at the screen, I see our dog Zoe. Every time I probably won't really bring Zoe into this song here, but.
Yeah.
Wobbly kneed and nervous, I picked up my old 12-string back when it was shiny, bright and new. Out of school and drifting, I climbed up in the spotlight, 'cause I couldn't think of nothing else to do. I got farther than they said I'd get, but I ain't gone the whole way yet, and I'm still here wishing on a star. The winds of change blow where they will, way down deep inside I'm still a kid with a guitar. Well, I learned my trade the hard way, working where they'd had me. Many times I told myself I'd quit, but the places soon got better, and the years just kept on rolling. And here I am still hoping for a hit. I got farther than they said I'd get, but I ain't gone the whole way yet, and I'm still here wishing on a star. The winds of change blow where they will, way down deep inside I'm still a kid with a guitar. Remember starting out with an electric guitar and playing Louie Louie, Gloria, House of the Rising Sun. We only knew those 3 songs because my rock and roll band would practice. And the girls would come and watch us practice, and we didn't want to do any songs we didn't know when they were there, so we would do those same 3 songs. Who would have known after all these years we'd still be doing it? From Chicago to the islands and out to California, from the Rocky Mountains to far across the sea. All those smiling faces, 1,000 different places, say this is what I was meant to be. I got farther than they said I'd get, I ain't gone the whole way yet, and I'm still here wishing on a star. The winds of change blow where they will, way down deep inside I'm still a kid with a guitar. I'm still a kid with a guitar. That one's all about me right there. Okay, we are going to do one more song for you. And by the way, I think you'll have to ask Darren, but I know he's been recording this, so I think it'll probably be up when, if I tell your friends, if they didn't get to see the show tonight, they can watch it later. They can't send comments, obviously, although who knows? I'll be lying in bed and this little comment will like float by my eyes going, holy cow, look at that. It's like a sci-fi movie, isn't it? So we're going to get the banjo out and do one big closer. So thank you for coming to my living room tonight. So this is it right here. So if you ever get up here in person, we'll have some Grand Marnier together. That'll be nice. So this one is some old time music. Now the cool thing about this, I saved the most amazing thing for last. First, I'm going to play guitar without using my hands, like I did a couple times tonight, like in dueling banjos. That was guitar. It was actually me playing it, but not live. And then I'm going to sing and drink Grand Marnier at the same time. Pretty amazing, because I'm schizophrenic, and so am I. So here we go. This is some old time gospel sing along. What the heck? Let's say. And when I do this song live, a lot of times everybody gets up and makes a big circle around the room. So if you're in your room with anybody at all, just get up and put your arms around each other, rock back and forth, say yeehaw, and sing along.
Here.
I was kind of hoping when I first heard about this show, I thought you guys were all going to be in a clubhouse and I would have the video, all you guys standing there. But next time, for sure, man. Here's me playing guitar with no hands. Pretty cool, huh? Gonna sing and drink at the same time. Watch this. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? That stuff's strong. There's a bitter hum awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I was standing by my window on one cold and cloudy day when I saw that hearse come rolling for to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a bitter hum awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Somebody say yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
If you're by yourself in your room, Put your arms around each other and rock yourself and rock back and forth. Well, I will walk close beside her, try to hold her hand, be brave, but I could not hide my sorrow when they laid her in the grave. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a bitter hum awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Well, I looked over Jordan, what did I see? You sing it. Coming for to carry me home. Was a band of angels coming after me, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot. Okay, it's Mardi Gras time. Here we go. And when the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in, how I want to be in that number. When the saints go marching in, and when the sun refused to shine, oh, when the sun refused to shine, how I want to be in that number. When the sun refused to do the echo part. And when the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in, how I want to be in that number. When the saints go okay, watch this. This is the tricky part. And swing when the saints go marching in, chariot, oh, when the saints go to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, when the saints go to carry me home. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a bitter hum awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. In the sky, Lord, in the sky.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to my living room. We'll see you later. God bless you guys. Have a good rest of the winter. Play pickleball.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good.